Hello, it's Daniel coming to you from high in the Pyrenees in Catalonia, up near the French border. Luckily the sun has gone down a little bit, so I can kind of do this, and I wanted to show you the scenery here a little bit. So, um, so my video for this week, a part of it's going to be about the full moon. So that may, if you're watching this later, it may not have the same relevance, but all the rest of it will, because I want to tell you a little bit about my story recently, because I think that helps to demonstrate what it is I'm wanting to share with you in hopes to supporting you. Um, so you likely might be having one of the people that one of all of us that's having a hell of a year this year. And that might be showing up in different ways for everybody. For some people, it's quite dramatic, other people, not so much. But as I shared, I think last week, the theme this year, one of the major themes is getting right with ourselves, getting right with our soul, getting right with what it is that we really value, what we want to be doing with our lives. And so this full moon, which is on October 13th, like 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, um, I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail. There's a link in this news. If this is on the newsletter, there's a link in here to a video that tells more about it. It's a very um, important time right now. It's like the energies are pushing us to get really clear about, are we going to continue with the old, or are we going to say yes to the new in our life, whatever that means? Are we going to continue with the way things have been, continue playing out? Some people call it karma. You could say old habits, old ways of being, the things that we've been doing for decades in our life. Or are we going to choose to step into the new, whatever that means for you? And that can mean all kinds of different things. And so the energies right now are really pushing us to make that choice. So I want to share with you a little about my story, because this is the story of my life. is coming up to the end of a period that no longer, where the situations in my life no longer serve me, making decisions, or decisions being made for me to move me into another period, and then walking through what I call a desert time. Sometimes that's been 3 years, sometimes it's been months, to a place that I don't know where I'm going when I start out on that journey. But then when I get there, it really fits, at least for some point in time. And my pattern tends to be in 10 years. Something really works for me, a certain way of being works for me for about 10 years, and then I move on. Um, but this is my life, and it's really kind of my role on this planet, as I see, is to understand that process of moving from the old to the new, not knowing what that new is yet that you're moving to, but knowing how to take that journey between the old and the new, so that when you arrive in the new, it's actually the new that fits you. So my story is basically, I am now living up here, having left a relationship about 2 months ago, quite unexpectedly and suddenly, but realizing that this does not serve who I am. And since then, there have been other things in my life in which life has shown me and given me the choice. Do you want to continue with this? Does this continue to serve what it is you came here to do? Daniel, this is the way this is. And this is how they showed up, basically. Daniel, this is the way this is. Do you see what this is? This is this way. Now, make a choice. Are you going to choose to continue with this, or are you going to choose to step away from it and go continue along the path that you came here to live? And so there were three major things that came up for me in this last 3.5 months, where I had to choose to leave old things, which were each of them incredibly difficult. Now the thing about this is, so this is I'm just trying to give you this to help you to understand the way this might show up. So a relationship, a colleague, a work situation, a way of relating to your own experience, a typical way of relating to money, a typical way of doing anything in your life. That's just kind of the way it's been for maybe for a long time in your life. Life is now probably trying to say, hey, look, this is the way this is. Do you want to continue this? And it's up to each of us to make those decisions. But in this context, they're coming up because each of us came here to do something specific with our life. That can look like many different things for each of us, but we came here with an energy to bring, a certain skill set, a way of doing things, a perspective, maybe something very specific we came to do. And that life is now giving us the chance to reassess whether or not we're doing that. So what I did, just because it's I just didn't have a choice. And I just chose to make transitions in my life in different ways. And people that know me, and I ask them, it's like, look, let me know if I'm skipping something here, because this is really painful, but it's going really quick and it's going really easily. And the reason it is because I have two different sets of skills that I've learned over the years that I teach and I work people with. One is how to go from something where you don't know where you're going or how to get there, but you're willing to go. You say yes and you go. So I've written a short book on it. I call it the 3 keys, and I'll leave a link somewhere around here that you can get that. They're 3 very simple keys, simple ways of relating to experience that put you in the position to move, to embrace the fact that you don't know, to be looking for the guidance, inner and outer, to moving you forward and walking that walk. So that's one set of skills, is how to walk the desert looking for the signs. Looking for the signs. It's pretty beautiful here, isn't it? And the second sort of skill set is healing, because the thing that gets in the way of us seeing clearly what's good for us, of us knowing how to move forward, of registering when a situation doesn't fit us, is because of old wounding. It's old patterns, old ways of being, old ways of seeing ourselves, old stuck belief systems, old stuck emotional energy that clouds our vision. And so I do work with my clients one-on-one, and I'm now going to be offering a short group coaching, teaching people, come join me, teaching people how to use these skills for themselves, to heal these old ways of seeing ourselves, these old stuck energies that make it so it's hard to see, hard to register what's right for us. And so I have been healing the shit out of myself these past 3 months, diving in, and I am just amazed at how much is still, and I've been doing this stuff for years, guys, but there's a different level that I'm being pushed to. There's a different level that we're all being pushed to in our own way. And so in this healing for myself, just to kind of root this in something that's what I mean by life now showing us that it's time to make a choice about moving on, living our deeper, more fuller, more authentic life, is that this healing has shown me, because of how easy it's been, relatively speaking, to leave a marriage, to get rid of very close friendships, and to make some other changes in my life without having a lot of drama and trauma, is that I've realized I really do know how to do this. And I know how to do this in situations where can be really, really difficult for people, and these tools work. And so it's forced me into acknowledging for myself, this is who you are, man. And one of my major stumbling blocks, one of my major stuck patterns in my life, which I'm seeing in spades in this healing work I'm doing, this life goes back many lifetimes, has to do with lack of confidence, of putting myself in positions of owning my power, whatever that looks like, of just, this is who I am, and getting myself in trouble. That's old stuff. But you go and you clear it out, those filters are no longer there. It's what's allowing me to stand here now and make this video. It's what's allowing me to be doing things in my business that I've wanted to do for years, and just never could get it together because it scared the hell out of me. So, what's scaring the hell out of you in your life? That's the question I have for you today, because that's what this full moon is asking. What's scaring the hell out of you? What do you know is waiting for you, even if you don't know what it is? What do you feel pulled to? What do you feel drawn to? What is calling you that you may not know what it is yet, or maybe you do, and it's scary to you? What is that? Life is showing you all the ways in which life is occurring for you now to help you to make that decision. So I invite you to take a look around and see what you see. I invite you to check out my healing course and come join me. And if you feel like you want some help in moving from where you are now to where you want to be, talk to me about doing some one-on-one work with me. I can help you get there. So I wish you all the best. I wish you courage as you face what's there for you, and I send you much love. Bye for now.